this video, we are going to learn about working with name groups, and following are the topics that we are going to discuss. Firstly, we will understand what are name groups, and then we will see an example to understand this topic. So, in advanced Django project, the name regular expression groups can be used to collect URL bits and pass them as a keyword arguments to views. So let's understand what this named regular expression mean. In Python Django, the syntax for the named regular expression group is as you have to start the parenthesis, then you have to add a question mark, then you have to write a P in capital, and then you have to pass the name, and after that you have to pass the pattern. So here the name is the name of the group and pattern is some pattern to match. So I will show you an example to clearly understand the concept of named regular expression, or you can say that named groups. So here I create a project with the name hospital with an app inside it with the name records. Then we need to define the url.py file which is located in the project directory. So I open my project directory, then I move to the urls.py file, and after opening that I add these line of a code. So I explain you here. I include the path of the records.url file. So record is the name of my app which I created. So after that it moves to the URL file of the record. So next I want to establish a model. So for this I open my app with the name records.py, and inside it I have a file with the names model.py. So I open this file and I write a code for creating a model for entering the records. So here I create a class with the name record. So it is a model class having a name record. After that I define multiple fields. The first field is ID. It is of integer type and it acts as a primary key. For this reason I pass a attribute primary underscore key to the parenthesis and set its value to true. Then I create a next field with the name first name, and it is a character field and it has a maximum length 150. Then the next field is last name. It is also of a character field type and it also has a maximum length 150. Then I create a field for entering the mobile number. It is also of a character field and its maximum length is 10. Then I create an email field which is email field type and I set it to unique. So only one email ID is accepted, and the last is a medical description and it is type of a text field. After that I return the first name and the last name as a object of the model. So we also need a form to register the patient record. So for this reason I need a model form, and for this I create a forms.py file and inside it I create a model form. So here the record frame is the name of my model form, and then I define the class meta. Inside it I define the model from which it takes all the fields. So the name of the model is record, and here I assign fields equals to double underscore all double underscore. It means it take all the fields of the record model. So after defining the forms.py file, our next step is to create the logic for the named working group. So I open the views.py file here, and you can see that here I import the necessary libraries which I needed for the execution of the views. So here you can see that firstly I create a view that is a patient create. So this patient create is the subclass, and I extend this subclass by using the already created view, that is a create view. Here I define the model name as a record and fields equals to double underscore or double underscore. So after submitting the create view, it successfully redirects to the read URL. Then I create a view for the list. So here I create a subclass with the name patient retrieve and I extend this class with the name list view. So here I define the name of the model again and it is record. Then I create a function view. So I create a function view to show the details. So here I create a view with the name patient detail and in parenthesis I pass request and pk as an argument. Then I create an empty dictionary with the name context and I use this context and in this I pass data set. Then I use the query set for filtering of the records on the basis of primary key. So here I write the name of the model which is record, then I write objects, then I write dot filter. It means it is used for filtration and in filter I set it to pk equals to pk and in last I use the render function in which I pass argument as a request, second argument as a name of the HTML file to which it renders. So I create a file with the name detail.html and here I pass this context dictionary which I created above. So after defining the create view, list view and the patient detail view, we need to map it with the URL in the urls.py file which is located in our app directory. So I open this file and here I add the code. So you can see that here I use the path and the repath Django.urls module. So here you can see that to execute the concept of named group, I use this re_path method and I pass the regular expression group to it. So to passing the regular expression, we always use the re_path. So here I start the regular expression and firstly I pass the detail as a URL. Then I pass the named group or you can say that regular expression group. So as I told you that for creating the regular expression named group, the syntax is firstly we have to start the parenthesis, then we have to add the question mark, then we have to write the capital P and after this we have to write the name. So here I write PK as the name, then we have to add the pattern. So here in the pattern, I write it as in the square braces I pass 0 to 9 and then I write plus. So with this I define that we could pass any number between 0 to 9 and this plus symbol tells that computer to repeat the preceding character or a set of character for at least one or more times up to infinity. And here I pass the name of the view which I created. So after defining the name, we also have to import it. So here I use the from.views import command to import this view. Now after working on the backend, we also need a front end and for this we need the templates. For this we have to create the template folder first. So here I create a folder with the name templates and you can see that inside it I create a subfolder with the name and after that here I create a subfolder name on the app. So our app name is records. So here I create a folder with the name records. So in this folder I define the HTML file which are rendered by the generic view by default. So here you can see that I create two files with the name record underscore form.html as we know that by the create view it is created by default and next I create the file with the name record underscore list and this file is by default created for the list view. Basically, the create view and the list view search for the file with the name model name underscore form or model name underscore list by the list view. So firstly, I will explain the record underscore form.html file. So here you can see that I create a form with the method post, and then I start the csrf underscore token, which is a Django tag used for the security purpose, and then I render the form as a paragraph, and in last I create the submit button to successfully submit the form. And here you can see that I also enter the code lines to create two links. The first link is which is used to move to the list, and the second link is that is used to move to the detailed list. So after that I move to the record underscore list .html file. So now I explain you this file. So in this file I create a unordered list and I iterate over the object underscore list. So here I firstly make the first name and the last name of the patient or the record as a link. So then if there is no patient or a record, it is empty, this empty tag is used and it returns that no objects yet. And in last I close this for loop by using the end for tag. So now we will move to this detail.html file. But before explaining this, I would like to tell you something. You may have seen that we create a view function for a detail view, and this render to the detail.html file. For this, we have to create this detail.html file. But note one thing, I create this detail.html file in this template folder, not in this record folder. So please make sure you create this file in this template folder. So I open this file and now I explain you the code. Here again I start the for loop, and here I pass the data set instead of the object underscore list. So it iterate over the data set. So I show you one thing. This data set comes from the views.py file. Here you can see that here I use the data set. From here this data set came to this file. Then I use the first name, and then I print the first name and the last name in the heading, and after that I print email, mobile number and the medical description in the paragraph tag, and after that I use the empty tag of the Django which functions when there is no object, and then I end the for loop. And here you can also see that I also include the one link which redirects us back to the list. So here I mention as a read URL. So now I execute this code and show you the output and tell you what the name group does. So here I write the command python manage.py run server. So after execution of the run server command successfully, you can get the output as shown on the screen. So you will get the form, and under the form we have two links. The first which is used to move to the list view, and the second one is used to move to the detail view. So as we apply the name group regular expression on the detail view, therefore I click on this detail view link with the name as move to the detail list, and you can see that when I click on this it returns the error. This error occurs because the URL we define consists of the named group regular expression. Here you can see that on the fourth point we have the URL as details underscore with the regular expression. So I already created a patient record with the ID 111. So which act as a PK. So I have to add the 111 on the address URL bar. So here I write 111. Now I hit enter. you can see that I get the record of the patient which have a primary key 111. So if you want to get the record of the other patient, you have to enter his or her primary key. So now I randomly enter a key with the name 121. Now I hit on a enter button. You can see that it shows the output as no object yet. It means we don't have any patient with 121 as a ID, or you can say that as a primary key. So with this we have learned about working with named groups, and now we will learn grouping algorithm. So the URL configuration decoder use the following algorithm to determine a regular expression contained a named group or a non-named group, and the algorithm work as if there are any named arguments, it will use any named parameter and discard any unnamed argument, or if there are no named argument, all the unnamed argument will be passed as a positional argument. But note the one thing, in both cases an additional argument will be provided to the view. So I explain you the noted point with an example. So here you can see that I create a patient detail view function, and you can see that here I pass an additional argument to this view having a name PK. So either you are using the named argument or the unnamed argument, you have to pass an additional argument to this view. So with this we have also learned grouping algorithm, and in the next video we will learn using default view arguments.